What's going on, football fam? My name is Dave Sarner, and welcome to another edition of the Rise and Fall Fantasy Football Show, Week 9 edition. Now, in this week's games, we're going to be going over every single game on the Week 9 docket, as always. So just so you know, we cover one episode per game this week, so there's going to be a lot of episodes coming your way. So make sure that you subscribe to the channel, ring that bell so you'll get notified when all of my videos go live, and then you'll have all that content ready for this Sunday. Now, with all that being said, enjoy the episode for Week 9. On this episode, we're going into the 4 o'clock window here with the first 4:25 p.m. game of the week. The Pittsburgh Steelers are heading to Dallas to play the decimated Dallas Cowboys. And not surprising, the odds and the spread got changed on this one here. The Steelers are a 9.5 point favorite, road favorite here, while, of course, the Cowboys are the home underdogs. Listen, I understand why. I think we all do, right? Ben DiNucci's at quarterback. He just got benched, actually. I think it's going to be Garrett Gilbert or Cooper Rush at the quarterback position this week. It's going to be sloppy, right? The Steelers are already one of the best defenses in the NFL. They are really good against the quarterback, really good against the running back, and extremely good against the tight end. They are a little lax with the wide receiver, but I don't think it's going to matter in this game here. I think maybe you'll see one receiver from Dallas step up. I just don't know who it's going to be. And it's a lot less fun having to figure this out when you have Ben DiNucci, Cooper Rush, and Garrett Gilbert as your quarterbacks. So let's look into the matchups last week. Let's see some trends that we can try to identify. Starting with the Pittsburgh Steelers, they played the Baltimore Ravens, and they won that game 28-24. Obviously, for me, the biggest story was Diontae Johnson, the injury, coming back, fighting, and then going out to get less than 2 points in fantasy. What a piece of, you know what. Cannot stand him. I am so going out of my way to not start him if I have to, even in a really good matchup here. I cannot stand him right now. Chase Claypool would be the guy that if I was going to start someone that had the most potential to get you production, he's going to be the guy at this point, and I don't think it's even close anymore. But that being said, Ben Roethlisberger last week, 15 points, 182 yards, 2 TDs. Connor put up 13 points. Ebron had the touchdown, 12 points there. Chase Claypool had 10. Juju had 10. And then no one else had more than 2 points in that matchup against the Ravens. But they get the Cowboys this week, and I think there's going to be a little more production there, especially because the Cowboys particularly are not good against the wide receiver position on their end. 7th most points given up to wide receivers. They are top 15 in the other 3 categories in terms of points given up to running backs, quarterbacks, and tight ends. So I do like Ben Roethlisberger this week. I do like James Conner, and I love Chase Claypool this week out of the 3 of them. I don't know what to tell you about Diontae Johnson and Juju. I hope in a perfect world they should go off. But Diontae, I can't trust. I mean, listen, I haven't ranked pretty high, but I'm not going to trust it personally. 25th, I have him above Antonio Brown, and then I have Juju actually at 27. I don't know which one of those two are going to be good or bad. Could go back and forth, right? But then I have Marvin Jones, Judy, Brown, Cook, DJ Chark under. Brandon Cooks would be the guy that I'm like, maybe I'll tweak up past them. Above those guys, I'm starting guys like Devontae Parker, Marquise Brown, Robbie Anderson, Justin Jefferson, Evans, Fuller, A.J. Brown, McLaurin. You're going to start all those guys over the Steelers, Juju Smith and Diontae. Juju is a little more consistent, but even with him, it could be a little hit or miss. I like Claypool personally. In my opinion, he gives you the best upside, and I think he's been more just consistent overall. It's weird to say that, but he really has been out of the 4 of them. So I would go with that matchup if I had to choose one. Tight end, Eric Ebron, not a bad matchup, but I don't have him really high in my rankings. I'm not overly excited for if I had to start him. 18th, I have him under Irv Smith, Logan Thomas. That could change, but let's take a look at his stats from last week. He had 5 targets, 4 for 48 and a touch. Nothing really that impressive. What I like more is Chase Claypool, the 9 targets, led the team in targets, 5 for 42 and a touch. Juju had 8 targets as well. So if I was going to guess on those guys, I would guess those 2 and Diontae as the number 3. But then, of course, we're going to say that, and Diontae is going to have his 15-plus targets this week when he's on my bench. So go for it, man. It's a great matchup. But I am deathly afraid to start some of these receivers for Pittsburgh outside of maybe Chase Claypool. On the other side, I don't know what to expect with the receivers. It's a good matchup, like we said. 8th most points the Steelers give up to wide receiver. It's the only area that they are, that there's, I would say there's a weakness. The problem is I don't know what these quarterbacks are going to do. In my opinion, guys, I'm fading everyone. Everyone I can from the Dallas side. Everyone. Including Zeke if you had to. They are the toughest run defense in the NFL, giving up the least amount of points to running backs. I'm not going out of my way to start Zeke in that matchup at all. This is the first time I'm actually going to say bench Zeke. Try to trade him if you can. I don't even know if you can at this point. Or you probably can, but not get the value, right? So just to recap here, I like Ben. I like James Conner. I know the production, as long as Conner's healthy, what they're going to give me. I like Claypool. I like Juju, but I'm a little worried that it could be Diontae, and who knows. So start them at your own peril, I guess, but they have great matchups. Cowboys giving up the 7 most points to a wide receiver, so if you need them, go for it. Eric Ebron, decent matchup as well. Don't hate it, but I'm not going to go on my way to start him. And then the other side, I'm fading the Cowboys. Of course, you're going to start Pittsburgh's defense.
Send the rocks across the pavement.